And I know I got a lot of this on me too. Like, a lot of people know that Ralphie May passed away. A friend of mine, and Ralphie and I, we weren't best friends. I don't want to put that out there. But when I was around Ralphie, he made me feel good on purpose. He did it on purpose. Some people, it's an accidental thing, but Ralphie made me feel, he made me feel cared about, and it's almost hard for me to say a little bit, dude. Sometimes in my life, man, I'm so used to, I got so used as a child to, not feeling cared about, that it is hard for me to admit as an adult when I am cared about, when someone does care about me. And it's not even a choice really that I'm making. Well, now it is. Now if I start to have that feeling, I have to be vulnerable and, and honor the fact that I know someone cares about me. But, for years I had to, man, I couldn't even feel if somebody cared about me. I couldn't even feel it. That's baffling, isn't it? I could not even feel it. And I know this is kind of like a lot on this episode, man, but fuck, man, we out here in these streets, We are out here in these streets. I'm gonna hit some calls right here. You guys had a bunch of great calls, and one of them that's catching it in my heart. Really, we're gonna catch right here.
Theo, it's your boy Ibby, calling from Las Vegas, Nevada. Calling to give you my condolences on Ralphie May, brother. I know he was a good friend of yours, and I hope you dealing and staying positive with the good Lord. And I just want to give my prayers out to you and to Ralphie May's family. My condolences, brother. God bless. Love you. Stay up. Love the podcast. Me and the fam.
Love you too, Ibby, man. Appreciate the call. For those of you guys who don't know, which I'm sure aren't very many, Ralphie May, and this is on behalf of the New York Times, a loud and large comedian known for his extensive touring and comedy specials on Netflix and other outlets, died Friday in Las Vegas. He had been in a residence at Harrah's Casino. He was 45 years old. Mr. May, born Ralph Duran May on February 17th, 1972, in Chattanooga, Tennessee, was a 17-year-old student in Arkansas when he won a contest to open for Sam Kinison. And that's where it all began. He moved to Houston, then to become a full-time comedian, working the circuit for years. And Ralphie May worked the circuit like nobody else. At first I didn't really know what to think whenever I heard that Ralphie had passed away. I mean, obviously I was sad, but it's wild because the sadness, it's really, at first I felt scared because it reminded me that life ends, that even if you're somebody like Ralphie May, who was out bringing joy to people and, and responding to his fans on Twitter and interacting. For a guy who couldn't move very well physically, he stayed mobile in the way that he interacted with so many people. A lot of it on social media, but just his touring, he wanted to be there. He wanted to meet his fans and see his fans, and it's an interesting dichotomy because he was immobile, physically. He wasn't. You weren't going to catch him playing soccer, So just amazing that he stayed touring as a way, to keep him mobile in a way. But he was just one of the nicest guys. He always made you feel cared for. And he was genuine. You just knew that he cared. A lot of guys in this business, you bump into them, you pass them, you interact with them weekly, and you don't know how they feel about you. You don't know. Maybe they don't care. Maybe it's just business. It's work. But Ralphie, it's just amazing how he cared about everybody, and how he just, I mean, the dude was fucking full of care, man. It was just remarkable. You know, and I remember times where I would be feeling down about the business or doubting myself, and he would not let me do it. You know, he would just remind me, you know, that I was, you know, like some type of William Faulkner or something he would talk about, or I don't know. He would just talk about the Lord or something just to lift my spirits up. And yeah, I mean, I go through waves where I'm thinking about him and I'm watching his videos. And I'll share a great video below this on the YouTube that is a link to Bert Kreischer and Joey Diaz talking about Ralphie May. But he was a special man. And I'll say this, that Earth, as we know it, lost a very special man. And I cannot even imagine the wings that the Lord will have to hook to that man if he's going to turn him into an angel. I mean, sweet God, some real pterodactyl type wings. And Ralphie May tweeted a few years ago that he wanted us, if he were ever to pass, to laugh, to joke. And that's something he loved, man, to keep the joking going.